Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in again to our YouTube channel. Unfortunately Sam is at uni today, so it is me again on my own doing this video. I thought I'd talk to you about an article that I saw on verywell.com. It's about 10 things that we do probably every day, well I do them like pretty much every day, that we don't realise damages our health. So I've got the article in front of me here, and the first one is rehashing stressful events. I know I am very guilty of this, so you might have gone out somewhere, you've had bad customer service, you've had a bad day at work, someone's really upset you, and you've come home and relived the moment about 10 times with every single member of your family and friends. So the article says thinking about a stressful event from your past, whether it was 5 minutes ago or 5 years ago, isn't good for your psychological well-being. Basically due to the fact that every time you talk about it, you get vented up and stressed. So I think I'm going to make a conscious effort to try not to do that. Number 2 is venting to your friends. So I think that's pretty much the same as number 1, probably being a bit more about gossiping and things like that. I think it can just, again, make you really wound up, raise your stress levels, when actually we need to try and be a bit calmer. Number 3 is using self-criticism. I think almost every girl, probably and guy, is guilty of doing that. So the article says here, whether you call yourself stupid every time you make a mistake or you point out every flaw you see when you pass a mirror, harsh self-criticism can be a lifelong habit. So we need to just take time and actually appreciate what we like about ourselves and what we're good at. Easier said than done, I think, but if you get into, like with anything, if you get into a habit of it, I think it could probably raise, your positivity by so much. Number 4, this is my absolute worst one, and I really need to try and stop, is mindlessly scrolling through social media. I think I can literally be doing it. I can be doing it while I'm watching a movie, I can do it while I'm watching Netflix. I can just be sitting there doing it without even realise I'm doing it. And sometimes it can be for like an hour and you're not even looking at anything. You're literally just scrolling through, looking at a pile of rubbish. So it says here, whether you're scrolling through Facebook or enjoying playing on Pinterest, spending time on social media may be bad for your health. And apparently studies have actually shown this as well, which I can actually really agree with, and I actually think it can damage your relationships with people as well, because while you're doing that, you're not catching up with anyone, you're not talking to anyone, not talking to your parents, your partner, your friends, you're just sitting there on your own scrolling through a pile of rubbish. Okay, number 5 is staying up late. So it says here, you might think pushing off bedtime for another 30 minutes will help you accomplish a few more tasks before you go to bed, and maybe you think you'll still get plenty of rest because you'll sleep in a little later tomorrow. But going to bed at a reasonable hour and getting up early may be hard for you to get used to at first if you're a night owl, but over time you'll adjust to your new schedule and it could help you make healthier decisions for yourself throughout the day. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people that's like, oh, just another episode of Netflix, just another, half an hour and then I'll go to bed. But actually sometimes I do really feel it in the morning. I feel like I have gone to bed that bit later and you almost find it harder to get into the flow of the day. Number 6, okay, I think this is probably worse than number 4, which is scrolling through social media. So this is spending money. So it says here, while an impulse purchase at the grocery store or late night online shopping may make you feel better for a moment, blowing your budget may have harmful effects in the long term. And the effects may expand beyond the confines of your bank account. So I can completely relate to this. I love a bit of a late night purchase when you sit in front of the TV scrolling through social media, as they say. But yeah, the next day sometimes I do regret it, and often I don't send things back because I did really want them in the first place, but then you're worrying about your finances for the rest of the month. So yeah, that's a pretty bad one. Number 7 is watching too much TV. So it says here, while most people know that becoming a couch potato is bad for your body, research shows that watching too much TV is also bad for your brain. I probably do agree with that. Sometimes, I don't know though, I think watching Netflix or something like that can actually take your mind off, you know, certain stresses of your life and things like that. But I do think you should have restrictions for yourself. Sometimes I know I can get a bit too obsessed with Netflix programs and watch about 6 episodes in one go, and I do think that's bad for not only, you know, socially but also mentally. So I do agree with that one. Number 8 is skipping meals. So whether you dash out the door without eating breakfast or you skip lunch, it could be more harmful than you think. So it says here, make time for meals and stick to a healthy diet. Eating at regular intervals can help you stay energized and focused throughout the day. I don't know about you, but if I skip breakfast or something like that, or just have a latte, it can actually make me a bit jittery throughout the day, and I can lose my concentration and things like that. So I do really agree with that one. Number 9 is eating when you're not hungry. So there are many reasons you might reach for a snack or serve yourself a second portion when you're not hungry, but emotional eating, nighttime eating, or overdoing it at social events are just a few reasons you might eat more than you need. So I'm really guilty of that one. I think I'm guilty of all of these actually. So when you're at an event and you sort of keep picking and picking, or you know, you're sitting there and you think, oh, I'm a bit bored, I'll just have something to eat. Actually, in the long term, it can kind of de-energise you and make you feel sort of less confident and things like that. So yeah, I think that's a good one. And then last but not least is number 10, sitting too much. This can be really difficult, and I know in a lot of offices now they've got like standing desks, but I think it is quite hard for a lot of people to stand the whole day. But sitting too much can, well, it says here, if you work in an office setting, there's a good chance you spend a lot of time sitting, and sitting for prolonged periods of time can be bad for your health. And apparently, again, studies show that people who sit too much are a higher risk of depression. So getting at least 1 hour of vigorous activity each day can help counter the effects of too much sitting. For me, I even find just going out for a walk for 10 minutes just before eating or just after, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I find that just getting a bit of fresh air makes you feel a bit better. So sometimes when you're sitting at a desk all day typing, looking at a computer, you can become so engulfed in your world that you don't always realise, you know, what's around you. So yeah, I find even just going for a 10-minute walk or even just standing outside for 10 minutes just kind of helps to refresh your brain. So yeah, I thought that was a very interesting article, and I think something pretty much all of us can relate to. Yeah, if you have any questions or opinions on that, please comment below. Otherwise, hopefully me and Sam will see you in the next video. Thanks, bye!